Hey guys, I'm back doing a viewer requested knife today, but also one that I've been interested in for a while. So it always is great when a viewer request lines up with something I'm really interested in and the stars align and everybody's happy and, you know, many birds with one stone. Today we're going to be looking at the Ontario knife Carter Prime. And when I think of Ontario, and this is just me, I don't know how you guys look at it, I think of fixed blades, and I think of normally pretty reliable fixed blades. You know, there's that one guy I know who seems to have the worst luck in the world with their fixed blade knives, but I have never been let down by an Ontario fixed blade. I haven't had a lot of Ontario folders though. I've had one or two, but you know, I don't think of them as a real big folder company. I think of them as a fixed blade company. And when I got this thing in, I saw it and I said, "Wow, look at that box. It looks like, you know, cheap." I mean, that box looks like this is a brand new knife. This is exactly as it arrived. You know, scotch taped sides and all sorts of stuff, and I was thinking to myself, like, what the hell? Like, this is how they package their stuff? Like, I don't know if, and I mean, this was inside a box. I don't know. One of the things that I do respect is a company that puts their actual address and their phone number right there. They're putting a lot on the line by giving you the here, bitch at us here information right there if anything's wrong with it. I'll call them up and say, like, hey, why does your box suck? No, the knife was perfect. The knife was good, dudes. Why does your box suck? But anyway, let's get into this knife and let's check out the Carter Prime, because I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope that you guys are too. No frills inside the package. So all this knife is a big slab of D2 steel and a couple slabs of titanium, and it is ready to go. So titanium backspacer, all of it kind of bronzed over. Nice black wash finish on the blade itself. Oh, a very narrow clip there. Can't do much with the clip, can we? Centering's a little bit off here. A little bit. You can see how much tension though. Take a look at that lock. How much it's pushing on that blade though. Not surprised it's off center at all. It actually, you know, it's a bit smaller than I was expecting. And yeah, I read specs online and everything before I bought it, and it's one thing to read specs. Sometimes I have trouble visualizing how big the thing's actually going to be, especially when they put these big pictures online. I don't know, I just thought it was going to be bigger. But, ooh, that's smooth. That's nice. Let's do that again. Nice. Very nice finish on the blade. Really like that. See the hollow grind there. And the nice straight edge means this thing wants to slice everything. Big, thick, fat frame lock. So that blade's not going anywhere. Is it sticky? A little bit sticky. We can kind of expect that with a titanium frame lock though and a steel knife. It doesn't always happen. It shouldn't happen, but it's one of the common things that can happen. And there are easy ways to fix that, from scribbling a little bit with a pencil right there, some graphite, to having the lock carbonized, but it's not that bad right now. We don't have to worry about that. It's just a little bit of stick. Let me see if you can hear it. Hear that little click? That's the stickiness of the lock. But overall, it's a very simple design, which I'm into, which I like. I didn't think that, again, from pictures online, a little more flash and shininess to the handle than I was expecting. Thought that was going to be a little bit more subdued, but there's nothing wrong with it. It is a very simple looking, I mean, if I had to, I don't know what the way I would describe this is exactly, but it is all business. There are no frills in this knife whatsoever. But for the size, it feels reasonably comfortable. There's, you know, nothing sculpted in for comfort or not. You can see it's just a little titanium bar. The flipper makes a semi-decent hilt. I'd love to have a nice choil there instead, but it is what it is. I guess, you know, complaint number one, Yeah, I'm not happy the way that that flipper sits there as the hilt. I'd like to be able to hold a little bit farther up with a choil right there. That'd be really nice. But this jimping right here is the tits. I mean, that holds really, really well. There's no way you're slipping on that at all. If you really wanted to get good fine control of the tip, you can do it pretty easily. And the jimping down here is not as grippy as this. As you can see, it's a little bit rounded off as compared to the jimping here on the top of the spine, but it still catches your fingers really well, and combined with the jimping up here on the spine, makes for a really solid grip on the knife. And I can imagine, like, no matter what the conditions are, you're going to be able to hold this thing really nicely. I would hesitate to say the lockup is late in this one, just because the lock is so damn big. So even though it kind of comes over quite a bit, I still think there's plenty of life left in this lock. And, you know, we will test it, because, yeah, this lock's not going anywhere. And it doesn't get any more sticky or wedge itself shut from banging the blade. That's good. And the centering really isn't even all that bad. It's just a tad off. Flipper action is awesome. And I'll look up if it's bearings or washers. It feels pretty light for an all-metal knife. It's almost honed to the point where you can just let the blade fall. You gotta give, oh, that was not good at all, was that? Gotta give it a little bit of a pull through. But, I mean, it is a really nice slicing edge. Really, really nice. We can do fine little curly cues or good slices there. Give the old 550 chord slice. Very nicely done. This time, instead of drawing the blade, I'm just going to push. Yeah. A little bit more effort. You can see how it pulled, kind of tugged some of the threads a little bit there, but it cut pretty well. Very, very nice. The price on the Carter Prime is not going to fit into your, low-cost category at all. The clip right there, wow, that's a really tough clip. You might even have trouble getting that in your pocket at first. You're gonna have to break that clip in a little bit, and it's definitely not the kind of clip that is going to conceal this very well, if that's what you're into. Like, I like the deep carry clips because I don't like my knife to show outside of my pocket very much. If you don't care, you don't care. It is a very narrow clip. It's titanium like the rest of the knife. I don't know, so I guess it's got some tensile strength there. I worry about it being so thin and so narrow, though, that if it gets caught on something, or you go and you pull that knife wrong, it might just snap. I'm not sure. Definitely not a good push button flipper. It is a light switch flipper. You can a little bit of finger soreness if you try to push that button too hard, but you just give it a little flip, little light switch, and it works beautifully. I don't know, for some reason I wish I had a thumb stud. It just, for me, seems like it'd be a great thumb stud. It has the look of something that's very much a worker. Looks like something that you could take out and it would just be industrial. It would just be used for whatever kind of hard use work purposes you had. Good thickness steel, nice finish. Like I said before, no frills. No frills at all. Just a good, solid user. This is something I want to carry in my pocket a while, and I definitely want to try out and see if it can fulfill my EDC needs. Because I have a feeling this is the kind of knife where I would really get a lot of use out of it. The clip bothers me, but I'm gonna try to make do with that. But it kind of checks all my little wickets there. I love flippers. I love frame locks. It's not exactly a straight Wharncliffe blade, but it's very somewhere between a sheep's foot and a Wharncliffe. No serrations. Good heavy-duty carbon steel blade. Titanium, so I get all the strength of a good metal handle without a lot of the weight, but I still get weight as compared to like a plastic handled knife. Comes with a great name backing it. I mean, it's not made in the USA, but I trust, I was going to call it Oklahoma City. I trust Ontario Knives to make a good product, and I trust them to take care of it if anything goes wrong with it. I've really been in a very simplistic mode lately, where I just like the nice, simple, easy designs. And the blades that I'm working on myself right now are just nice, simple, effective, working blades. Not a lot of fancy stuff. So this kind of hits my interests just right. So the Carter Prime might be something you want to check out if you're looking for one of those good, kind of a heavy-duty folder user. Now, is it as good as something really expensive like a Hinder or whatever? I've had that debate with people. I can't answer that question for you. That's up to you and your personal use and your preferences. I feel like this is a very heavy-duty knife, though, as knives come. Full titanium and D2 steel. That's a heavy-duty knife. That is a workhorse of a knife. It's probably not built as tough as something like a Hinderer is, but at the same time, do you always need something built like a tank in your day-to-day life? I don't know. Maybe some of you do. Maybe some of you don't. I think this one's worth checking out, though. The more I hold it, though, and the more I look at it kind of in the little window, the little screen for the camera, the more I kind of like the shape of it, the feel of it. The clip, for the positives, though, because it has nothing that protrudes or anything, you don't feel it in your hand at all. You don't. It kind of melts away into nothing, and all you feel is the grip on the knife, which is good, which is great. So what do you guys think of this? Something you would carry? Something you're interested in trying out? Your style, not your style? Yes, no, why? As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys that is watching these videos, that is taking part in the conversations, everyone that shares their opinions, and, even if your opinion doesn't match mine, I still like hearing from all of you guys. Totally respect people with different opinions. I just don't respect stupid people. As a public service announcement, you don't have to have the same opinion as me to not be a stupid person. You just have to not be stupid to not be a stupid person. Some of the smartest people I know are people that don't agree with me on stuff. Maybe that should tell me something about some of my opinions. But anyway, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.